Why you deserve better. Think about that for a minute. Everyone, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, and share. So, yes, you deserve much better than what the narcissist gave you. You deserve much better than how you were treated in the past. You deserve much better than what you experienced from the narcissist and perhaps from some other people. You see, you are becoming awakened and aware. You are becoming educated and empowered. You're now learning about narcissism. You're learning that it affected you for probably the majority of your life. And then what happened is you met one person, the person that changed your world, took it and spun it upside down. And that person is what I call the apex predator, the dark energy. That person knew exactly who you were before you knew who you were, and they knew who they were long before you even met them. And what they did is they assimilated themselves. They got as close to you as they possibly could, and they love bombed you perhaps, or showed you or showered you with fake adoration, fake caring, fake sympathy, maybe even fake empathy. And maybe they really did a good job at super gluing that mask to their face so you would put your guard down more and more. Eventually what happened? Well, what happened is the love bomb / euphoric stage ended. The narcissist knew that they had their dirty fangs sunken into you, entered the evaluation stage, and it was too late for you. Now that's your narcissistic relationship in a nutshell. But remember, back then you didn't know what you know now because you weren't taught this in school. So how could you know that certain behaviors that you experienced that they actually had definitions and terms for them, which is exactly what the narcissistic abusive cycle and the glossary is all about. You didn't know what gaslighting was. You definitely didn't know what triangulation was. You didn't know what a rage fit was. You didn't know what financial abuse, on and on and on were. Now you're understanding those things, and you're understanding also that yes, you're getting it. You deserve better. You deserve a whole lot better than how you were treated in that relationship. Now, I am being very nice and cautious with my words. The narcissist abused you. They manipulated you. They tricked you. They trapped you. They took you for granted. They punished you. And they did that rinse, wash, repeat, or wash, rinse, repeat as often as they could until they burned you out. And when they burned you out, what happened there is, picture, if you will, a snake in the middle of the rainforest, an anaconda or some kind of predator who chokes its prey out. What it does is the snake wraps itself around a target and it chokes itself out so that thing can't breathe. That creature or animal can't breathe. And then the snake or the boa or whatever it is in the Amazon rainforest consumes the food. There is your narcissistic relationship in a nutshell. Thing is, you are not food. You are not a fuel source, and you're not supply. You are what I call, excuse me, the beautiful, bright, shining light. Thing is, the narcissist looked at that, and that's what they were attracted to. That's what they lured them to you, because they knew that you didn't know who they were, and they knew that you didn't know who you were. And so you were committed, you were giving to a fault, maybe even a people pleaser. You certainly didn't have boundaries, and you were uneducated on narcissism. That all equals one thing, which is the narcissist. It's no surprise that you were targeted, just like myself. People don't understand how serious these relationships are until they experience them themselves, which means this. Most people, if you were ever sharing your experiences, your insight with an average human being, they will get burnt out. They're not going to listen to you. They're going to say, what's the big deal? Everyone has breakups or everyone goes through challenges. Who cares? Just move on. Well, that's all fun and games and fine and dandy with people who haven't experienced what you experienced, but they don't know what you know. And my hope is they never figure it out. And I wish that you never went through the narcissistic abusive cycle, just like myself. Truth is, we can't change the past. We both went through it. And that's why this is the relationship we need to heal from. Those average people, like I shared earlier, my hope is that they never experience toxicity, not to the level you experienced, and that they have boundaries, and that they have their A game on, and they trust their instincts, their intuition. But there's no guarantee that any of that will happen. Truth be told, most of that will go by the wayside, which is why you speak my language and I speak your language. Specifically, if you've been in a narcissistic relationship and you've healed and healed properly, or you are healing, then you understand what you went through. It changed your life forever. It changed the trajectory of your life. It changed how you think. It changed your sleeping patterns. It changed what you study, what you consume, what you don't. Remember, way back then, you thought you wanted one certain thing, which was the relationship that you were a part of. Well, that person or that relationship tried their best to destroy you, your hopes, dreams, aspirations, and everything about you. Nowadays, which means when you've healed, you realize that everything you've ever wanted It's within you. It's not within another person. If another person wants to partake on your journey, this is after you've healed. If they want to be a part of your journey and you want to spend time with them, that's great. As long as A, they're not toxic, B, not narcissistic, C, they've gone through something, but D, they respect you and they treat you like a human being. They treat you the way you should be treated, which is why, you got it, you deserve better. You deserve more. You see, the narcissist can't give what they don't have. And what don't they have? Well, I only have about another 8 minutes to create this video, but for this part of the video, what they don't have is love. They don't have empathy. They don't have commitment. They don't have transparency. They don't have honesty. They don't have togetherness. They don't have growth. All they have is a way to manipulate people, to get people stuck in the narcissistic fog or in the trauma bond, to get those people to do things for them. And that's why these people, i.e. the toxic people, continue to do their best to accumulate supply sources, because they know that the supply sources are flying off the shelves these days. Remember, years ago, 6 years ago, you should know what year it was, 2020. If you really want me to drill into that one for a quick moment, I will do it for you. I was waiting to do this at a much later date, but I'll share it now because I told you recently that I'll be sharing more wisdom that I've experienced and more information that I've acquired over the years. Well, think about what the year 2020 means. Think about what it means. And what it means is, A, that's the year the world stopped. B, there was a pandemic. C, your life was turned on its head. It was turned upside down. But D, think about what those four numbers actually mean. Think about what 2020 means. I know you're getting close to figuring it out. What did you come up with? You got it. You figured it out. You know what it means? It means 2020 vision that you now have. You can see crystal clearly now narcissism, empathy, kindness, love, abuse, toxicity, and everything in between, manipulation. The lenses that you were using to see in the past before that year, they were clouded because you were in the narcissistic fog. When that year happened, I can assure you, just like me, your life was spun upside down and you didn't know what was happening. Your whole world was put on pause, but you, unlike me, were still being peppered with abuse by the narcissist. You see, some of us were discarded during that period of time. And for me, it was 2 years and 2 days. Notice the commonality here? 2 years, 2 days, the year 2020. And what did I share with you earlier? I hope you're following this. I really hope you're paying attention here. 2020 vision. Think about it. When you have the ability to see perfectly, you have 2020 vision. Maybe there's better vision these days, I can't tell you. But coming from a person, which is me, which can see perfectly out of one eye, but the other eye is still a little bit challenging because of certain things that took place in my life. 2020 vision and the year 2020, that says an awful lot. Now, again, I've shared with you earlier in the last month or so that I'm going to be using different nuances, different experiences that I've endured, and different acquisitions of education that I've acquired. Think about it. What's 2020? 2020 vision. You can see clearly. You weren't supposed to see clearly, but as the calendar flipped from 2019 to 2020, and then a pandemic hit, boom, rest is history. Here we are. Now we're in 2026. You've healed, or you are healing, and this is why you deserve better. Think about everything. I've shared this for 5+ years in videos, and I'll say it again right now. There is no such thing as a coincidence. If you think that there's such thing as a coincidence, you really need to go back to the drawing board and look closer at everything that's taken place in your life. We are all connected. We are all intertwined. There's something called the collective consciousness of the planet, which is growing. It is getting stronger, and it is a good collective consciousness. The darkness now has fewer places to hide. The toxicity has fewer places to lurk. And the creatures of the night, i.e. narcissists, and some people even worse, they're realizing that the supply sources are flying off the shelves and they're not getting anything. See, these people, the toxic people, they're going to be choked out eventually, which means people like you or myself, healthy, stable, loving, kind, committed people, when we go no contact, that's one less person the narcissist can attempt to lure into their web, or attack, or approach, or guilt, or blame, or shame, or whatever they do. But that's why you have to do your part, and that's why you deserve better. So now I'm going to fast forward. Relationship for you is over. You've healed. You're doing great. Everything's fine. This is when you can take a class, teach a class, read a book, write a book, travel the world, fall in love, stay up till 3 a.m. or sleep until 11 o'clock in the morning, do whatever you want to do. Every once in a while, what you will be doing after you've cut all the 4 ties with the narcissist, which include the emotional, the financial, the physical, and the spiritual tie, when you cut those, there will be a void that will be filled, but I won't discuss that in this video. I'm going to fast forward past that. you'll realize, oh my gosh, I do deserve better. And I was settling for breadcrumbs. I was settling for less than breadcrumbs. These are things you will be sharing, that you'll be thinking. And this is why you need a journal, because you need to get these things out of your mind and carve new neural pathways. But you'll have ideas like these. I can't believe what I tolerated. I can't believe I made it through that thing. I can't believe I'm out. I can't believe I've healed. I can't believe I'm stronger than I know. I can't believe that I was captured and trapped in an invisible mental prison for so long. I can't believe there is a thing called a trauma bond. I can't believe these people are everywhere. Yeah, the narcissists. I can't believe how far I've come on the journey. And then you will say to yourself, you know what I can believe? I can believe I made it. I can believe I'm stronger than I know. I can believe that I applied the wisdom and the tools that Andrew provided for me. I can't believe that I journaled, I meditated. I can't believe that I've elevated and ascended, grown, changed, and I now have trajectory of my life with a new purpose. I can believe my mind is clear of toxicity. I can believe that everything's returned back in my life better than I ever thought it would be possible, which includes my energy, my health, my relationships, new ones or ones that I've repaired that have nothing to do with the narcissist, my status, my clarity, my purpose. Think about all the decluttering you had to do when you were in the post-relationship. We all go through that. I haven't really touched on that, but I will do it in videos in the very near future. But we all go through a decluttering, a cleansing, if you will. What do you think that is? You got it. That's erasing the residue of the narcissist from you, from your energy, from your proximity, and from your house or your apartment or anything about them. You need to cleanse yourself. You need to remove these people and remove all the negative energy. That's why this is a healing path. That's why it's not one size fits all. That's why you deserve better. And that's why we are all headed in the same direction, simply taking different footsteps, headed towards the mountaintop, the pinnacle of indifference. I've shared that for so many years in videos, and I will continue to do it because the mountaintop is getting quite full. We, the collective consciousness, are actually going to be creating different mountaintops of indifference, which are right similar to the original mountaintop. But these mountaintops are filling up. There is way more than enough room for you and for anyone who's healed. There will always be enough room for people who are healing from toxicity and abuse and manipulation and narcissism. So don't think that there's not space for you. There's way more than enough space for you. There is no space for toxicity. There is no space for the narcissist. And there's no space for anybody who does not have your best interest at heart. But just want to share with you, the mountaintops are really, really growing in numbers, which is a good thing for us. And it's not a good thing for toxicity. But as I've told you for quite a while, toxicity ran the planet for a long time. That is coming to a big ending very soon. Curtain call, if you will. Closing of the chapter. A turning, if you will. A change of the guard, if you will. And you're a part of it. That's why you need to maintain riding on the tsunami of abundance, and you need to continue to ride the tsunami of authenticity, because this is the direction we are going in. The direction we are going in is as far away from the narcissist as fast as possible while maintaining our boundaries, which is why once we realize that we deserve better, we do everything we possibly can to cut ties with these people, and we begin to really focus on ourselves. And eventually, all the dust settles, the smoke lifts, the fog clears, the clarity arrives in our minds, and then we realize, oh my gosh, what a journey. I did it. I beat the behemoth. I knocked out the predator. I won. The narcissist lost again. They lose, and they know it. That's why they're trying their best with the little bit of time they have left on this planet called Earth to trap as many people as possible. But their days are numbered, and the narcissist knows this. So everyone, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from the beautiful Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon, evening, or morning, no matter where you are on the planet. You are not alone. I love you all. And remember a few things. You deserve better. You've always deserved better. The narcissists knew that. They just weren't going to give it to you. I've always known that you deserve better too. I've always known that I deserve better. The thing is, when you're in a relationship and you're committed and you are an open book and you're transparent and you have a high level of empathy and you are caring about the person, maybe even in love with the person you're considering, and you don't know what narcissism is, you are very vulnerable, naive, and you have no idea what you're in for. That was me, and I'm sure that was your experience. Once that all goes away and you heal, you realize that you're out. When you're out, you stay out. You don't tempt fate. You don't peek at the narcissist social media. You let them slither off into the pitch blackness. into the huge void, if you will, where they came from. And that is their destiny, and they know it. I love you all, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Bye. And thanks for the haircut compliments. The hair, pretty good. Thank you. I love you. Bye.